Scuffmaster is a complete line of decorative and durable paint finishes for commercial interiors. Pretty, tough paint. Each finish is distinctive in appearance and easy to apply, and green. Every Scuffmaster product contributes toward LEED credits. In this video, we will cover the equipment settings and application techniques you need to properly apply solid metal. Solid metal from Scuffmaster is a spray-applied finish made up of two components, Metallic Coat 2000 and Ultra Clear Protective Clear Coat. To achieve its elegant finish, solid metal must be sprayed using conventional, HVLP, or an HVLP gun attached to a pressure pot and compressor, a system often referred to as a hybrid system. Solid metal cannot be applied using airless equipment. For this video, we will be using the conventional setup. Instructions for HVLP and hybrid applications can be found on our website, scuffmaster.com. Please note that while the equipment may change, the application technique will be the same. For the conventional application, you will need a dual-regulated 2-gallon pressure pot, a Binks 2001 spray gun with 66 SS fluid nozzle and 565 needle, 63 PB external mix air cap. Another option is the 66 SK. A compressor that will provide at least 6 cubic feet per minute at 90 psi. In your shipment, you will receive the two paint components, the MC2000 and the UC Protective Clear Coat. The clear coat comes in 3 sheens: flat, satin, and gloss. The most common sheen is satin. In addition, each gallon of metallic and each gallon of clear coat will come with a catalyst called MasterLink. MasterLink is a performance additive that is mixed into the paint just before application. A word of warning: once the MasterLink has been thoroughly mixed into the paint, it has a shelf life of 36 hours in the can, but only 8 hours under pressure. Make sure you only catalyze the paint that will be sprayed that day. Before the painting begins, examine the surface. You want a white primed, smooth surface using either Scuffmaster Primer Sealer or our bonding primer. Please refer to the product specs for proper usage. Since solid metal is a reflective finish, the surface needs to be as smooth as possible. On new sheetrock, a level 5 finish should be specified. Be aware that any and all imperfections in the substrate will telegraph through to the final finish. The goal of this video is to make spraying solid metal as easy as possible. That starts with the proper setup. Scuffmaster finishes are made to order. This means they should be ready to go straight from the can without thinning. If, however, the metallic paint seems too thick, it may be thinned with water. Use the empty 2-ounce MasterLink bottle as a measuring cup. To avoid over-thinning, do not add more than 2 ounces of water at a time, and do not add more than 8 ounces per gallon total. Add the MasterLink and mix thoroughly. This shouldn't take more than 30 to 45 seconds. Once the MC2000 is thoroughly mixed, use a nylon strainer bag to strain the paint into the pressure pot. This helps prevent the gun from getting clogged. Remove the air cap from the tip of the gun. Set the air and fluid pressure on the pressure pot to 0. Trigger the gun and dial up the fluid pressure. Increase fluid pressure until the paint streams approximately 4 inches before arching. Reattach the air cap. Slowly increase the air pressure until the proper spray fan size is achieved. With the tip of the gun approximately 10 to 12 inches from the surface, the spray fan should be about 10 to 12 inches wide. Make sure the fan is slightly under-atomized. By setting the pressures this way, you are using the minimum amount of air pressure to achieve the desired finish. Because factors such as temperature, color of the paint, and condition of the equipment can alter the pressure settings, this method will ensure fast and easy setup every time. The proper spray technique combines three components: the distance from the wall, the amount of overlap from one stroke to the next, and the speed of the spray stroke. Begin with distance from the wall. This will determine the overlap and the speed of the spray stroke. Hold the gun about 10 to 12 inches from the wall. If the tip is closer to the wall, you will need to use a tighter overlap and a faster spray stroke to compensate. Next, the overlap of each spray stroke should cover at least 50% of the previous stroke. Last, the speed of the spray stroke will determine how fast the finish will fill in. Avoid spraying too slow. This will result in a wet edge and will lead to striping. The fastest way to spray solid metal is to apply the MC2000 in 4 or 5 light passes. This may seem like more work, but light passes are applied more evenly and the finish will dry faster. This means a shorter amount of time between passes, and it usually means a better quality finish that requires less time spent fixing application issues later on. Ready?
Okay, let's do it.
First pass. The primer will still be visible. The finish may look cloudy or striped. Second pass. Follow the same vertical pass as the first. Ignore any striping, don't worry about trying to fix it at this point. Maintain the proper speed. Third pass. The finish will begin to fill in at this point, although there still may be some striping and cloudiness, and some of the primer might still show through. Stop after the third pass to examine the finish from a couple different angles. At this point, the finish should look the same, regardless of the angle. Fourth pass. Use the same technique to finish. Fifth pass. Apply a fifth pass only when needed to provide a uniform finish. It is important to work only within your reach. This means you might have to go back and fill in areas. Do this after completing the initial 4 to 5 passes. Again, 4 to 5 passes, fill in until complete. Before cleaning the equipment, check the surface from multiple angles to determine if the finish is indeed complete. If it looks good from one angle, but not another, it is not done and will need additional light passes. Clean the equipment with water as soon as the metallic step is complete. Make sure the system is rinsed clean before proceeding to the next step. Next is the Ultra Clear Clear Coat. Add MasterLink just prior to application. Strain the clear coat into the pressure pot. Use the same technique of setting air and fluid pressure as you did for the metallic base coat. Once a 3 to 4 inch stream of clear coat is achieved, add air pressure until it is slightly underatomized. Unlike the metallic coat, spray the clear coat in one pass. Maintain a 50% overlap and a wet edge. The clear coat will go on milky, but it'll dry clear. Before cleanup, double-check the finish one last time. If you followed the instructions, you should have an even finish. But if you see striping, this is typically caused by spraying too slowly. The metallic paint builds up too fast. Spraying with too much air pressure or not enough fluid pressure. This will narrow the spray fan as well as result in too much overspray. This also will require more than 4 to 5 light passes. Spraying too close to the wall. The closer to the wall, the more narrow the spray fan becomes. To fix striping, wait until the surface is completely dry and apply light passes until the striping has disappeared. Do not try to cover the striping with a heavy coat of paint and do not use a crosshatch spray stroke. If you see texture, this is typically caused by spraying too far from the wall. The paint dries before it hits the surface and doesn't dry smooth. Spraying with the air pressure too high. This will dry the paint before it hits the surface. Bad spray technique. An arcing spray stroke where the distance from the gun to the wall changes. This is most noticeable in corners and near the floor or ceiling. To fix texture, carefully sand the surface smooth using a 220 grit sandpaper. Avoid scratching or gouging the surface. Once smooth, remove sanding dust. Then apply light passes until the finish and color are consistent. Be sure to use proper technique to avoid reapplying a texture. If you see a blotchy or cloudy area, this is typically caused by spraying the next pass before the previous pass is dry enough. The next pass re-wets the previous pass and can cause a color variation. Spraying too slowly. Paint can build up too fast. This may result in striping, but can also take on a blotchy appearance. Using a tinted primer that is too close to the finish color. A tinted primer makes it difficult to tell when enough metallic paint has been applied. To fix blotchy, cloudy areas, the procedure is similar to fixing striping. If the surface is smooth, spray light passes until a uniform finish is achieved. As with every Scuffmaster product, solid metal is a water-based finish. This makes cleanup a breeze. Flush the system with water, clear the lines, clean the air cap and gun, and you're done. If you have product left over, please dispose of it according to local regulations. Once the master link is added, the shelf life of solid metal is less than 36 hours, so storing it for later touch-ups is not an option. But if you have leftover paint that was not catalyzed, it can be stored for later touch-ups. All Scuffmaster finishes are designed to go on easily and require no additional training to apply. But if you feel additional training is necessary, let us know. We have dedicated technical representatives that can meet with you and provide a more in-depth look at the Scuffmaster finishes and application techniques. For equipment settings and step-by-step instructions, refer to the quick tips that ship with each order. These instructions, along with the product MSDS and finish data sheets, are also available on our website, scuffmaster.com. And remember, if you get stuck, give us a call. We are here to help.